Today's diary session is going to be a little different. Transition is a very painful thing. It drains you. Many people don't understand how lonely living with the gift is very lonely. There are certain things that you can't talk to about anyone, that you can't speak to about anyone, and no one will ever understand what we're going through. They call it a gravesite, but this is where I come to reboot my energy, to refill my spiritual tank. This life isolates you so much. It leaves you alone. You try so hard to have a normal life, and there is no normal. There is no normal. I came to see my grandma today. Baba. This is the only place I come and speak to about everything that is going on in Pilonyami. And I don't feel judged, and I don't feel somehow. I don't want you to look at graves and always think of the worst, but you must know that you coming to connect nabantu basegini. I remember ngisatwasa, I would always be like, whenever I go to the gravesite, I hear voices, I see people. They'll be like, oh, but it happens to us, but I didn't think they understood. I'm at the graveyard right now, and there's so many spirits here. Death is an inevitable experience, and we're all gonna go through it at some point. One day, some of us, and our families would have forgotten about us. Ukoko, Lord, that I always come la mangzobonu ukoko. She always wants me to pass messages on to abantwana bakhe, but how will I find that? Because it's unaleli ne being on bonisa, but I have to respect them. Li pelile aksena next, it's just like level ground. And first time she'd be like, hey, Kokamuya Jabula, at least there's someone that's coming to see her, but her on her side. So sometimes what I do is then I would tell her nice name. She's not Ilozilami, but it's so sad that you forget about where you come from. I don't want to lie in a grave someday and everyone sekakhohliwe yimi. It's painful. If you're watching this and you have a family member or whoever, make sure that Nyahamba and your Baba and Matsuneni don't do this. It is wrong. I honestly, sometimes if it's not formal, I come here to offload, because Ukoko, she's the only person that understands what I'm going through all the time. I would hear stories of how she was an alcoholic and everything, but it can lead you to that if you don't have support system. Support system is important. This life is so lonely. It is so lonely. And it drains you. ayikho into I always say ukuthi into oyisukunayo la emhlabeni imali eyipoko noma impilo eyipoko, whatever the case might be, because that's how it always be. Everything you have is short-lived. You have success, it's you know, you can't be too happy, you can't be too sad, and it is just painful. I'm comfortable and I'm at peace when I'm here. No one is judging me. No one is expecting me to be a certain way. I feel at home. But sometimes, indlela lena yabantu abadala, it makes you question your worth as a person. It makes you question why. It is painful. You see us living life. The thing is that the only time you see anything related to Nobungoma, it is the beauty of it, but there is the pain behind it. I'm going through a spiritual transition right now. This is my week of Intoaso, and I am literally feeling myself die every single year, especially when it's around this time, to resurrect again spiritually, recharged and renew. But the process around that, it is very painful. It is very painful. I am in the pits. I am not coping. The reason I came out, I felt like I didn't want to go to Nkulume Ndumbeni, and I just wanted to be here. I just wanted to feel the warmth I feel every time that I come here, because it's painful, but I live here fulfilled. I live here feeling better. Yeah, we talk to people anything abasekho bakhona bonke labantu laba. Spirit is forever. This is a place la bangcwatshe khona, point of reference, but bakhona where see there are babies that have been buried here, that have sologo wangcwatshwa umntana manje. They imagine ubona umuntu omdala, an old man or indoda in his 30s, next to a grave eyongane, and you ask yourself, but the tombstone eyengane, and he says, this is me, I've grown and no one has been looking out for me, or bangkhohliwe ngashona ngiyingane. I don't want that. Teach our kids, or rather normalize going to the grave. This is a disgrace. You know, when you enter the gravesite, everyone uyasuguma osemile noma olinguzile. They waiting, they thinking uzo bona bona. That's where spiritual DNA comes at. Umupahla, or when you're summoning your ancestors, what connects you to that person? It is spiritual DNA. This is my DNA lying here. I'm not ashamed. Probably one will say, why is she making a video on the... I'm not ashamed. I am proud, because it is because of this woman lying here that I am so strong today. She never gave me the guidelines. This is what you should expect. But I am stronger than I was. Especially it's very painful. And when you come crying to the grave, they ask, why are you crying? You know, because they will tell you, but it is what it is. That I can assure you. And agumnandanga, you go through things you don't have anyone to talk about. Awazi nokuthi uyichaze kanjani. Uke wafila in your soul kunomgodi. Uzama ukuvala but awuvaleki, because I always say wahamba wayothatha ukufa So now uphila kanje uhlanya, because that is why abantu kudala bebahlala isolated. It was because of this. You know, you cannot be trapped in between the physical and the spiritual and think ukuthi you're gonna live a life, you're gonna thrive. You never. I don't plan, I don't set dates when I come to see ugogo. But I come when I feel like it. I come. This is my psychiatrist. You know, this is my therapist. Kula ngiza khona ngizo offloader, and after lapho I feel better. No one owasemhlabeni, that's how I look at it, will ever understand what I'm feeling sometimes or what I'm going through. It's so fulfilling to help people, but your gift is useless to you because you dead, you died, you are a spirit, and it does not work, it does not serve you. So when upoliswa yini noma ubani, we try have a normal life, but it always leaves you drained. 5 minutes nje amongst people, you are tired. I find so much peace when I'm here. I find so much peace. And I asked Gogo that today, can I just, you know, have my diary session here? Because she knows everything about me. And they're the ones that said I should start this channel. And not only do I come here to cry, but I come here and tell about everything. I come here sometimes to read her about the letters I write to myself. So there's not anything she doesn't know. Probably every time I can just tell, whenever she sees me coming through the gate, she's like, guys, gather around, Nangu Oprah or something, it's about to go down. But it is. So in that way, but there's so much going on spiritually. It's just that we have been taught to think otherwise, and we shouldn't think like that. First time we're having our session out of the office, and it's very different. But yeah, so sometimes it is what it is, but it is very lonely, Lempilo, man. It is lonely. You try to think, but it's very lonely. It's lonely nje. You're not on its own. As is Keteli, but it is very lonely. If I could turn back, I would, but I don't, and I can't. Sometimes I think that, you know, it's because death is a personal experience, and we'll never know. But amadlozethu are here to say, let's guide you through life. Siyazi iyanyisa, but we always second guess or overlook or whatever the case might be. But I feel better. I was so heavy-hearted. I'm walking into this week of transition with so much composure. It's been 5 years. Gogo, we did it. 5 years. 5 years. It's the beginning of more to come. I'm not ashamed. I'm proud, I appreciate, I embrace. And what anyone thinks, it's got nothing to do. I always say, and now I think I'll twasang. So why should you be worried about what I'm doing? It's so crazy because Minano Gogo, she was born on the 5th of August and I was born on the 9th of August. So it's so crazy. Life is spiritual. Life is very, very spiritual. And she died a few months before I was born. She died in May and I was born in August. So she died, yeah, physically, but ngiyabonga Gogo. And thank you for also coming by, and I hope this says something to you. If you have a loved one you have forgotten, of nana matuna segini nilungise, and the same thing is going to happen to you. And normalize visiting the gravesites. It should not be on special occasion. Umuyokhala or nomuyocela. Normalize. normal life. Heavy, 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 heavy. Ngoba niyemathune ninganyathela bathuna hambani kahle nilandele indlela ninganyathela emakhanda wabantu, because you don't hear the stuff. Sometimes you're stepping on people who's hey, protect, because how can you step on someone's grave? So try you don't do that. You respect people's grave. But yeah, today, so I took you probably a day into my life when I'm not feeling so good, but it is what it is. And transition is not easy. Ukhula kukolula kubhlungu. And ngiyazalwa ngi-25 zaka June, ngadla intwaso yami ngi-25 zaka June, kunyiwa kubanda. Ayi mara gogo, vele wathi uzoyeka yonke into yasemhlabeni ubhekane nami. Ayi mara gogo, it is what it is. It is what it is. As long as my ancestors are proud of me, fuck man. It is Mpabadimu, the advocate of Ilozi, signing out from ekuthuleni namhlanje. Ngisekuthuleni ngiphakathi kweyindlondlo abantu abadala. Gosh, the energies here. I always have a problem with people and fika nigange emathuneni wabantu noma nenza izinto ezifani. Hloniphana amathuni wabantu, guys. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So stay tuned to my channel for more content yet again. But ngiyabonga for watching this video, and I hope it touches you, and sizoba right. I say be right, but sizoba right. Si lwa kuya phambili, because impilo yethu injalo. But I'm grateful. I don't know what I'd honestly be without my gift, and I don't know. It's not easy all the time, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Kusasa okwenzayo ukufundisa ingane zakho bayokwenza nakuwo uma ungasekho. Bazokwazi ukuthi no, thinge kumama ngiyomhlola nje. You know? Thina semathuneni makuyi Christmas. Why? Why? There is afterlife. There is afterlife. Thokozani.